I have an idea, and I have no idea how to explain it, but I'm gonna do my best. The idea that I have is just, it's big and it's glorious and it's beautiful in my brain, and it has many pieces and parts that are added into it, and I don't want to overwhelm anyone when I talk about it, but I also get really excited talking about it. A little backstory about me: I am almost done with my degree in graphic design. I have one semester left. And part of that semester is doing my senior project. The nice thing is I can do whatever I want for my senior project, and I've had this idea for probably 2 years now, and because I've had this idea for so long, it has grown and manifested itself and changed in ways that, well, a 2-year-long idea only can. For me personally, I know that when fear is broadcast, it's what sticks in my brain. It's in my brain on repeat. And so if I can change what's on repeat in my brain, I think that I can have a much more joyful outcome. And I don't think I'm alone in that. I think that most people have put on a soundtrack that they're hearing the fear instead of hearing the joy. And so I want to make joy more noticeable. I want to make it easier to put joy on repeat instead. I want to make joy something that you see all around you. How I plan to do that is through my senior project. It's going to be a series of 12 linocut prints that all tie back to my experiences in nature.
Settle yourself, sir. Oh, look at that. You're the main event. The main attraction. Welcome to the floor. So, I have preliminary work that I've done, that I've gone through to try and figure out how I want to combine the type. Hi, dude. How I want to combine the type with the imagery for my prints. And so I have a box of stuff that we can go through together. The box is under this table. Oh, I remember that print. Ooh, I can use that. Okay, don't get distracted. Ha! Don't get distracted. One moment. Oh my goodness, I forgot what all was in here. Okay. Behold, a box. Paper, random X-Acto knife hanging out. Probably shouldn't allow that chaos, but I do. We can look through these. Oh! Well, okay. Fun thing is, I have to be careful when I take all this out because I do have to put it back in. This is one of the first prints that I did, trying to figure out how I wanted to get the florals in with the text. So a lot was learned through making this one. Haha, got it. So this is the linoleum that I'm planning to use for this project, and this is the reason that I needed to get in here. Okay, so the sketch that I'm going to be doing is in here. Let me find him. So it's birds in a tree. Okay, so I need to combine this with this and print it out. Print it out, put it on here, carve that out, then I have a stamp. Yay! It was kind of a gross, cold, windy, rainy, bleh day. And as I was walking to class, I wasn't listening to music, I didn't have headphones on. I was just trying to get myself to class. The birds were singing. And even though I was rushing to get to class, I stopped in the middle of my walk and just listened to these birds singing. They had no reason to be singing. It's cold, it's miserable. Yes, I know it's the beginning of spring, but like, really? You're singing now? It's so dark. And there's still frost on the ground every morning. You're not getting enough food during your days. You're not, life isn't good for you as a bird right now.
and yet you're still singing. And it made me think that if the birds can sing on a cold gray day, I can sing too. That's what this project is based on. A joyful noise. Okay, so finished the digitizing. Now I need to print that out, prep my lino, and start carving. Yay! I think that this is going to work well. Going around going around the letters itself really helps make it more legible because we need it to be legible, but let's print it. I'm going to nerd out just a little bit here because I am who I am. So the way that sound waves work, you have one sound wave that's doing its thing and it's going along at its volume. If you take that sound wave and you do the exact opposite of that sound wave at the exact same volume, it cancels the other out. You hear nothing. You getting where I'm going with this? Fear is loud. There's a lot of fearful noise around us. And joy is not as loud as fear is. But what would happen if we were able to make joy louder? There are pieces of life that are beautiful and that should be amplified. But if you look online and if you look in the news and if you look in the faces of the people around you, it's much easier to see the despair and the fear and the sadness and the hurt. It's easy to succumb to those feelings and to just get swept away into the feeling that I'm powerless, I can't do anything to stop it. And yet I still want to try my best to be that bird on a cloudy, rainy, cold day. Being on social media for too long or consuming media of any type takes a real toll on my mental health, and I know I'm not alone in that. In the effort to find escape in things that would actually fuel me, I started spending more time in nature. I just wanted to soak up the sun and the wind and listen to the birds and take a moment to stop and actually look at the plants that were around me. And as I was doing that, nature was telling its stories and I was able to listen. And from that, I was able to come up with the idea for a joyful noise. I want to make joy more visible, not just for myself, but for everyone around me. One person bringing up joy is amazing, it's great, but the more people that can be joyful and can see life from that perspective, the better. Okay, folks, so I forgot that I was going to put a backing on this and that it needs to rest and dry and become one piece, so we're going to leave carving for the next video. That's where we're going to leave it. With this project, there are a few obstacles that are standing in my way. Number one, my brain. I have fears going into this. Crazy, I know. This project is going to take a long time, but I don't have that long to work on it. I have 6 months to work on this. My senior exhibition is due in December. I am working full-time during the summer, and then when school starts, I will be a full-time student. Each piece is going to take about 25 hours with what I want to do. That doesn't include the stickers that I want to do, and the apparel, and the potential stationery. So that's fun. There's also the mental load. I am afraid of judgment. I'm afraid of what people are going to think. I'm afraid that it's not going to work, but we're going to do it anyway. We're going to try our best. We're going to try our best. So if you want to see me work on it, and if you want to see a joyful noise become a reality, stick around.